Hi, good morning to everyone. This is fourth video as part of our aptitude and reasoning video lesson series. My name is Ashwath Hegde, and this video lesson series will be available both in English as well as in Kannada, and where same problems are explained in Kannada. So if you have any doubts, just write down in the comment section. I will reply to you if you have any doubts or explanation required regarding these solutions which I am explaining now. And this video lesson is particularly for those who are self-preparing again for UPSC CSAT examination or state services or any other forestry related recruitments like ACF or RFO exams or any other exam. So this video lesson is not enough for banking related exams where you have to put some additional efforts. And this video lesson series will be containing 40 different topics. We'll discuss more than 40, more than 45 to 50 topics, and we also discuss preparation strategy for English and comprehension based questions at the end of this video lesson series. So here in this video lesson, we are focusing on methods and tricks. So you have to be, understand. You have to be good with basic mathematics, mathematical understanding. Okay. So here there will be a PDF attached with this video, and you have to take the printout of that PDF, and it will be having same PDF is shared. So there will be blanks. You have to fill the blanks as I explain in this video. Okay. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. So in the last video lessons we have already covered problems on mirror type and time and work type 1 and type 2. So in this we also solve some problems on time and work, and we cover fraction. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll start. Mathematical expression of statement. So this is a important one. So this will help you to understand the problems in examination. Okay, so most of the time it is true, so it is not true for all the times. Just remember, in if any statement is given where of is word is used, that means it denotes multiplication. So this and is means equal. Okay, then by means division. Okay, they are divided by. So by means division, or means most of the time it is summation, that is additive, and sometimes it is multiplication also, but most of the time it is summation. So and means multiplication. Okay, or summation sometimes. So here understand, and means multiplication most of the time, or means summation most of the time. Okay, so why this will help, we'll see how it will help. So this will help you to write down the statement in the form of mathematical expression. So read this problem. There are four ways from city A to city B. So from city A to B, there are four ways, and some from the city B, there are six ways to city C. That's what he is saying. There are four ways from city A to B, and six ways from city B to C. Then there are how many different ways a person can move from the city A and can go to city C, from city A to C. So this kind of problem I can say it like, if a person wants to move from city A to city C, then he has to move to city B first, and then he has to go to city C. So here the word used is and. Okay, so and means multiplication most of the time. Here you can see 4 into 6, 24 ways. So in 24 different ways, a person from city A can move to city C. So we understand from city A, B, C, if there are two ways and if there is only one way, okay, then in how many different ways a person can move to A to C? Now A to B he can go like this, then go like this, or like this, like this. So two different ways he can go. Same way A to B and then B to C, and then so 2 into 1, that is 2. Okay, this is one example where you can use mathematical expression of a statement. Okay, we look for another problem. Okay, there are how many different ways a person from city B go to city C or city A? Here the word which is used is or. So mathematical expression of or is summation most of the time. So A to B there are four ways, B to C there are 6 ways. That means B to A he can go by 4 different ways, and B to C he can go by 6 different ways. So to cities A and C he can go by total 10 different ways. Okay, that means if a person from city B wants to buy a milk, so he can buy it from 10 different ways, either from A or C. Okay, okay, so try this problem. Okay, so in a class there are 18 boys whose height is more than 160 centimeter, and these boys constitute 3/4 of total number of boys in the class. The total number of boys in the class is 2/3 of total number of students in the class. How many girls are there in the class? So this problem is basically on simple mathematics, but here we'll look for how mathematical expression will help you to understand the problem. Okay, so now write down the problem in simplified way. 18 boys whose height is means equal, okay, is means equal, is more than 160 centimeter, and these boys means 18 boys constitute 3/4 of, that means 18 is 3/4 of means multiplication, 3/4 of total number of boys in the class. Of means multiplication. Okay, then the total number of boys in the class is, total number of boys in the class is, total number of boys in the class is means equal 2/3 of the, of means multiplication, of the total number of students, okay, in the class, and how many girls are there in the class. So that is the question. Now you have written the problem in simplified way. Now you know 18, okay, so 18 is 3/4 of total boys, so total boys will be cross multiplied 4 into 18 upon 3, so 3 ones are, so there are total 24 boys are there, so total 24 boys, so this will become 24 boys means, now again cross multiplied 24 into 3 upon 2, so there are total number of student is 36, okay, total number of student is 36, total number is 36, boys is 24, so if you subtract them you will get girls. Okay, so there are 12 girls in the class. So in this problem you just understand these mathematical expression of statements will help you to write down the problem and understand the problem in simplified way. Okay, try this one. Okay, the daily wage of a woman, the daily wage of a woman is, daily wage of a woman, if I take daily wage of a woman as W, is means equal 3/4 of the daily wage of man, of the means multiplication of the daily wage of man, okay, and double the daily wage of boy, that means daily wage of woman is double the daily wage of boy. So in a month A man worked for 21 days. That means man worked for 21 days and woman and boy worked for 24 days. So woman is 24 woman plus boy worked for 24 days. Woman and boy worked for 24 days each, and the total earning of the whole family, was 6,000 rupees. Okay, now this is the question. So what is the earning of a man and woman in that month respectively? Now if you see 21M plus 24W plus 24B is equal to 6,000 rupees. Now you can solve this. How? So man can be written in terms of woman. So woman is equal to 3/4 of man. So man is equal to M is equal to 4/3 of woman. So 4/3 of woman into 21 plus 24 woman plus, so boy can be written as woman divided by 2. So 24 into woman divided by 2 will be 6,000. So here simplify them. 3 1s are 3 7s are 7 4s are 28 woman plus 24 woman plus 2 1s are 2 12s are 12 woman is equal to 6,000. Now 28 woman plus 24 woman plus 12 woman will be 64 woman is equal to 6,000. So 64 woman is equal to 6,000 rupees. We need how much woman for? They in a month woman worked for 24 days. So 24 woman is equal to how much? So just cross multiply them. 64 woman is 6,000. 24 woman is how much? This will come around so do it 2,250. It will come around like this. Okay, so if 24 woman is 2,250, you can find out men's salary. So men's salary will be how much? Men's salary will be 4/3 of the woman. So men is equal to 4/3 of woman's salary. That is 4/3 of woman's salary is 2,250. Okay, 3 7s are 21. So 15 is remaining. 3 5s are 15. 750. 754s are 3,000 rupees. So men's salary will be 3,000. So which answer is correct? So here men and woman respectively. Okay, always remember this, observe this. So which one will come first? 3,000 will come first. So men's salary will come first. So 3,000 and 2,250 rupees. So answer is B. So here in this problem, just understand how mathematical expression of a statement will help you to solve the question. Okay, now try this one. So A is twice more capable than B, and together they can finish a piece of work in 12 days. In how many days B alone can finish the full work? Okay, okay, here see, there is always two kinds of ratios. So A is means equal, twice means 2, more capable than B. Okay, A is equal to twice B. This statement will come like this. If you write the mathematical expression, A is equal to 2B, then together they can finish, A plus B can finish a piece of work in 12 days. and in how many days B alone can finish the full work. Okay, now A is equal to 2B, so instead of A you can write 2B plus B is equal to 12 days, 3B is equal to 12 days, B is equal to 4 days. So B will complete the work in 4 days. So this will not be true. Okay, this is a wrong, because see, here one thing you have to understand, that A is equal to 2B, that is in terms of speed, okay, and in terms of work. There are two things. The ratios can be in terms of work, in terms of speed, that is time. So okay, this you understand. There is 30 chair to be arranged. 30 chairs to be arranged. It is the work. Okay. Then A will complete the work in 10 days. Okay. A will complete the work in 10 days, and B will complete the same work in 20 days, because B's speed is half the speed of A. So this is in terms of time, he is taking double time than whatever A is taking. Okay. Suppose if you compare the work done with them. So if you give same days, 10 days, so he will be arranging 30 chairs, but for 10 days he will be arranging only on 15 chairs, half of 30. So in terms of work, okay, in terms of work the ratio will be 2:1. Okay, in terms of time it will be 1:2. So in terms of time the ratio will be 1:2, and in terms of work the ratio will be 2:1. So this thing you understand. Okay, so in terms of time and works ratio will differ. Okay, now A and B worked for, if they work together, then they will finish the work in 12 days. That means A is working for 12 days, B is working for 12 days, then they are finishing full work. When A is absent, then when A is absent, B will work his part. That means he will work for 12 days. But to complete A's work, which was completed by A in 12 days alone, but B cannot complete that work in 12 days, because his speed is half of A. That is why he will take double the time. So he completed in 12 days, but he will, now this 12 days work will be completed by B in 24 days. Okay, so B here will take 24 days to complete A's work and take 12 days to complete his work. So total he will be taking 36 days. Okay, so answer will be 36, not 4. Okay, now try this one. A certain number of people can finish a piece of work in 25 days. That means X certain number of people can finish a piece of work in 25 days. And had there been 10 more people, not person, okay, that means X plus 10, had there been 10 more people, then the group, they would have finished the work in 5 days. Less time, 5 days less time, that means 5 days less time than 25, that is 20 days. Then how many people were originally present in the group? That means X, how much? How many people were originally present in the group? Now again we don't know the work, we have to define the work. So to define the work, take the LCM of given numbers, that is 25 and 20. How to take LCM? Just take the multiples. 50, look whether it is divides or not. 50 it is not dividing, 75 it is not dividing, 100. So 25 is 100. So 100 is the LCM. Arranging 100 chairs in a classroom is the work. X number of people will complete the work in 25 days. That means every day they will arrange 4 chairs. Okay. Then X plus 10 people, they are arranging 20, they are completing the work in 20 days. That means 25 is in 20 days, that means 5 chairs per day. So that means for 10 more people there is how many chairs extra they are arranging? 1 chair. For 10 people capacity is 1 chair. Okay, so they are asking what is the X many people they are arranging how many chairs? 4 chairs in a day. That means 1 chair in a day means 10 people, 4 chairs in a day means 40 people. Okay, so answer is 40. Understood? Okay, now try this one. So 16 men can finish a piece of work in 15 days and 24 boys can finish the same work in 20 days. In how many days can 8 men and 8 boys can finish the full work? Okay, now we don't know the work. First step is define the work. So how to define the work? Take the LCM of 15 and 20. So take the bigger number, look for multiple. 15 twos are 20 twos are 40, it is not dividing. 23s are 60, it is dividing. So 60 is the LCM. Arranging 60 chairs in a classroom is the work. So 16 men will do it in 15 days. That means every day they will arrange 4 chairs. 24 boys will do it in 20 days. That means every day they will arrange 3 chairs per day. So 3 chairs per day. Now what they are asking, 8 men and 8 boys. Now how to find 8 men? So 16 men, 4 chairs. That means 8 men, half of 16 is 8. So half of 4 will be 2 chairs. So 8 men will arrange 2 chairs. 8 boys, so 24 boys, 3 chair. 8 boys, 8 threes are 24. That means 1 threes are 3. So 2 chair will be arranged by 8 men. 1 chair will be arranged by 8 boys. So in total they will arrange 2 plus 1, that is 3 chairs in a day. So what is the full work? Arranging 60 chairs in a classroom is the full work. So to arrange 60 chairs they take 20 days. Okay, understood? Okay, try next one. Okay, first step is write down the problem in simplified way. A alone can do the work in 9 days and B alone can do the same work in 12 days. And they started working on alternate days. So, okay, alternate days means on first day who will come? A will come. On second day who will come? B. On third again A will come. On fourth again B will come. Like that it will continue. They started working on alternate days. In how many days the work will be finished? Okay, again for this also just find out what is the work. So work is LCM 12 9. So 12 ones are 9 is not dividing, 12 twos are 24, 12 threes are 36. So 9 fours are 36. So 36, this is the LCM. So arranging 36 chairs in a classroom is the work. Okay, so how to find this LCM? If you don't understand, just refer the second video where in the beginning I have explained this method in detail. Okay, 36 is the LCM. Arranging 36 chairs in a classroom is the work. So A complete in 9 days. That means every day he can arrange 9 fours are 36, 34 chairs per day. And so B will arrange in 12 days. That means every day he will arrange 3 chairs. Okay, fine. Now A will come on first day. He will arrange how many chairs? 4 chair, and he will go back. So B will come. B will arrange 3 chair, and again A will come. A will arrange 4 chair. Again B will come. Again he will. So every 2 day it is repeating. Every 2 days. So every 2 days, okay, how many chairs are being arranged? 4 plus 3, that is 7 chairs. For every 2 days, they are arranging 7 chairs. So how many chairs are there? Arranging 36 chairs. So 7 twos are, 7 threes are, 7 fives are. So 7 5s are 35. That means 35 chairs are arranged in 5 into 5. So you have to multiply here also. 2 5s are 10. So in 10 days they will be arranging 35 chairs. Okay. So 36th chair, that is the last chair to be arranged by who? So who will arrange 36th chair? See, 10th is the even number. So all odd numbers 1, 3, 5, who is coming? A is coming. All the even number B is coming. So on the 11th day, who will come? A will come. So A is odd number. So A will come on 11th day. How many chairs to be arranged? 1 chair. So he will arrange how many chairs in a day? He can arrange 4 chairs in a day. So in 24 hours, he can arrange 4 chairs. To arrange 1 chair, he will be needing 1/4 of the day. That is 6 hours. So he can do the work in 11 days. The whole work will be completed in 11 days. Not 11 days. 10 days and 1/4 day. 10 and 1/4 day. Or you can write 10 day plus 6 hours. Any format you can write. So if it was even day, then who would have come? B would have come, and he can arrange 3 chairs in a day. That means he will be arranging 8. In 8 hours, he will be completing the work. Okay. So answer will be 10 plus 6 hours. So 10 days and 6 hours. Okay, now try this one. So this is a ratio, based on ratio. A is thrice more capable than B and takes 10 days less time than B to finish the work. In how many days B alone can finish the full work? So A is means equal, thrice more capable than B. Then take 10 days less. 10 days less means A minus B will be 10 days less time than B to finish a work. In how many days? B alone. So here we have to go for the ratios of time. So time will be 1:3. So if A is taking 1 hour, the same work will be completed by B in 3 hours. That is what meaning. But the difference, if you see, how much is the difference? 2 hours. Okay, but what they are saying, the difference is 10 days. That means 10 hour or 10 days. So if A is taking 1 day, B is taking 3 days, difference will be 2 days. Then we need not 2 days gap, we need 10 days gap. To get 10 days gap, we have to multiply it by 5. 2 5s are 10 days gap. So again multiply whole numbers with 5 again. So 3 5s are 15, 1 5s are 5. That means the work which is completed by B in 5 days and the same work will be done by B in 15 days. So the gap will be 10 days gap. Okay. So what is the, how many days B alone can finish the full work? Answer will be 15. Okay. So if it is still confusing, just repeat the same problem for multiple same number of times. You will understand the concept. Okay. And they can ask any twisted question. Definitely it will help you to solve the problem. Okay. This will complete problems on time and work. Okay. So if you have any doubt, just write down in the comment section, or you can write to me to my mail ID. Okay. So now we'll move on to next problem, that is problem on fractions. So here it is a very simple one. If it comes in the examination, you can definitely answer it. So pick the greatest number among the 5 by 7 and 2 by 9. So to solve this kind of problem, you just have to do, while comparing, just multiply denominator with the numerator and write down on the top of the this particular point. Okay, 7 2s are 14, 9 5s are 45. So which number is bigger, you will just look. 45 is bigger, that is why 5 by 7 is the greatest among these two. Okay, this is simple one. Just try for this second one. So when they are giving more than 2, just keep one constant and start comparing and pick the greatest one and eliminate other one. So 3 by 7, 5 by 9, 1 by, okay, 3 by 7. First I will compare with 5 by 9. So 7 5s are 35, 9 3s are. So this is bigger. Okay. So now you can eliminate 7 by 3. Now 5 by 9 will be compared with 1 by 11. 9 1s are 9, 11 5s are 55. So again this will be eliminated. 5 by 9 is the greatest one because 55 is here bigger. So 5 by 9 is bigger one. So 5 by 9 again compare with 2 by 5. So 9 2s are, so 5 5s are 25. So 25 is bigger. So 5 by 9 is greatest. So 5 by 9 is greatest. So you can write them in ascending order or descending order. Okay, try this problem back at home. Okay, pick the smallest and also write them in ascending order or descending order. Now try this one. India scored 292 runs out of 300 balls. 292 runs out of 300 balls. And Australia has scored 175 runs out of 180 balls in a test match. Okay. So match ended because of rain, and in this match, who will be declared as a winner? So whichever fraction is bigger one, they will be declared as a winner. So if fraction is big one, okay, when the fraction is big, what you can do is, so when you can't compare merits, you can compare demerits. Now out of 300 they have attended 292. That means how much they did not attend? 8. So out of 300 their mistake was 8. So same way, out of 180 they could not attend 5. Now you can multiply it. Okay, so 3 5s are 1500. So it will come around 800, 1000. Okay, 800, 1440. Okay, now whichever is bigger is 1500 is bigger. So this fraction is bigger. But remember, this fraction what we are comparing, it is not merit, so it is demerit. So when demerit is bigger, merit will be reverse of that, right? So demerit is bigger, so merit will be smaller. So India merit is bigger compared to Australia merit. So who will win the match? India will win the match. Okay. So Samadhan's performance and Rajavardhan Singh's performance, whose performance is better? Try this problem also back at home. Okay. 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 Here one speciality is there. Last problem you try. Here I will explain. So this pick the smallest among 25, 26, 17, 18, 11, 12, 38, 39. Okay, like this are there. So in this if you observe, they are consecutive numbers. They are 25, 26, 17, 18, 11, 12, 38, 39. If number is like this, whichever has largest number, that is the bigger fraction. Okay, biggest fraction. So 35, 39, 38 by 39 is the biggest. Smallest will be 11 by 12. Okay, if only if this is applicable only if they are consecutive, all of them are consecutive numbers. If any one, if it is not consecutive, like if they give 25 by 30, then you can compare these four, and whatever answer comes, then you can compare with this. Okay, remember, when the number fraction is formed with consecutive numbers, then whichever fraction having maximum number will be greatest fraction. Okay. Okay, so extra innings, so we'll do it in next video. Thank you for watching video. Thank you.